And we're live. Let's see if I can do this chat out. Choose this crew up. Good morning, Iron Dog. You're supposed to be cooking biscuits. You're supposed to be in the live stream. And what was all that stuff you was cooking? I'm here running your live stream. Okay. Thank you, dog. I appreciate it. Good morning, Paranormal Mama. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you, dog. I appreciate that. Really good. Let me get my coffee. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh, let's see what happens next. I want to do the dishes with Elizabeth. Thank you, dog. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Oh my God, that was so good. Nothing like slapping into a Slim Jim. Oh, goodness. Where's Marie? Good morning, Miss Happy. How are you? Good to see you. Look what I got. Cinnamon rolls. Made by the little fat boy himself, Pillsbury. Thought I'd have a little snack. Little mini cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I'm talking. You got him trained right, Miss Cat. He's going to do the dishes while you you talk to us on the live stream. That's cool. Mm. Oh boy, I'm gonna need that napkin. Mm. Grandpa Paul. I think you friended me on Facebook. Sure did look like you. And Slim Jims. That's a great combination. Good morning, Belle. How are you? Thought that was you. I just want to be sure. Slim Jims and cinnamon rolls. It's a perfect match. You get a little salty, greasy stuff mixed with the cinnamon roll. Oh my God. You do all the shoveling stuff. I hear you. I bet you do. If I could get one of these through that screen, Bale, I would hand feed it to you. I promise I will. I really, really, really would. Yeah, softly sweet. Exactly. Good morning, Molly. Yeah, that ought to keep you fit. I know dogs' knees, back, and all that stuff is bad shape. You ate a banana and an apple turnover. That sounds good, Grandpa. That sounds a little better than a Slim Jim and some mini cinnamon rolls by Pillsbury. I wish I had a banana now. Made me crave a banana. And I need to get some eggs. My neighbor's got eggs. My chickens are all gone. I got to get more chickens. I was going to cook eggs last night and didn't have any. Normally, they were everywhere. If you're not doing anything and you want to come talk, click that link right there, and you will be. Hey, there's the troll back. Sleep stack. I'm troll mode. Second time today. That's the thing. There's a GoFundMe right there. You just click that link and follow the directions, Sleep stack, and you'll be getting the GoFundMe. I have 5 levels. Oh wow! What I had about 5 or 6 layers and 2 roosters. Something went in my lot and killed them all. Oh, I must be hungry. I can say anything. All right, I gotta do it. These things are good. Oh my God. Where's a big Steve when you do one? These things are delicious, y'all. I'm telling you. It is absolutely the best cinnamon roll I've had in the last 48, 78 hours, something like that. 4 roosters. They ought to get her done there, Grandpa. Mm-hmm. That puts a whole new meaning to get her done, don't it? Something about 4 roosters. Mm. I'm going to be doing that periodically through the day. Putting that link. If you'd like to come join us, you are more than welcome to. I don't know who else it is. Just me right now. Just me right now. What kind of chickens are they, Grandpa? I know. I do that. I've made them. I made my own before. I know exactly how to do it. You do. Kind of crazy anyway. All this food I got here that I grew, and I'm buying this crap. It's gonna make me get a smoothie out of the refrigerator. Buff Orringtons. Oh, wow. You got the pretty little fluffy chickens. That is all of them. They are pretty. I love those chickens. Buff Orringtons. I'm going to Google that. If you're just coming into the stream, this is a Talk Paddle Thursday. At least I think it's Thursday. Maybe it's Thursday. Well, I'm going to have to eat the other one in a second. I can feel it coming. Yeah, the roosters don't like that, Grandpa. I know. That's what they're dying for. Sure. Exact same way. Yeah, that's about right. It'll gain and lower off there if everything happened right. That's about right. It's easy enough for me to keep up with. Oh my God, what was? I have got to get me some more chicken. I have to. I can't stand not having chicken. Exactly. But it'll get to be a lot more you watch. If all the notifications went. Tricky is getting them here. There's been a bunch of people coming in already. They just leaving. Nothing here to hold them here yet. Just coming into the stream, you want to come talk to me? Click that link right there. With me. Just sit down. That link. Wow, that was good. Grandpa, she hadn't been here over 4 months. It's a long story. Lit this cigarette. Need something else to eat. I'm not gonna starve. Starvation's coming on. So what are you doing for Christmas, Grandpa? You got your tree up yet? I appreciate you friending me on Facebook too. I meant to say that earlier. I need all the friends I can get. Sure. I think I have to go brush my teeth. Your tree's up year round. I might put one up. I don't know where to put it at though. We'll find it out. I'm gonna go buy one about 3 or 4 foot tall, already decorated, where you just like an umbrella, hit the button, spread. That's what I need to do. Douglas Fairchild, hello. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Cookies. You don't know Douglas? Check him out. He's the cookie man in the live stream. Literally. Literally, he's the cookie man. I'm not joking. He sure is. Wow, this computer, man. Good deal. You can start something under here. That's going to sound crazy. 20 gauge shotgun set under this computer so I can get air. That's exactly what I want, Grandpa. Where'd you get it at? Couldn't find that machine. I got it laying on the recliner part of a couch. It's got recliners on both ends. Find nothing to help get air under it. So I'm using my shotgun. That ought to be good. Hopefully. Sitting on your hot water tank. Remember where you got it at? Got to get one somewhere. Oh yeah, that's my stuff. I've definitely got to get one from somewhere. I want y'all to listen to something. My tree hangs on the wall, glued on one this month. Well, that's pretty cool, Grandpa. I got to do that somewhere. You had it for 10 years. Rick, I can chat panel if you like. Click on that. Oh, I got to send it to you. I got to send it to you. That'd be great. I think I got your email. Let me look right here. I'll send you one. Send you one, Bell. I gotta know how does email start? Excuse me, the beginning of it. I'm sure I got the email. I'm just not pulling it up, but I can't remember how it starts. It's not definitely not don't be late. But Might be might start with an No, that don't seem to give you. Bail. I thought it was something like that. I thought it was something. There it is. Got it. Now you've got it. Bingo. Hopefully in a few minutes, our friend don't be late for the dinner bell. We'll be here. Take your time. Take your time, bell. Got all done. In fact, I need to spruce up a little bit. Can't hardly see. So, put this stuff in my eye. Oh, yes. That'll get the red out. You should put the moisture back in. If you give me a few minutes, I might brush my teeth. Because I just ate cinnamon rolls. Everybody knows me, knows I'm not kidding. I've been wondering that too, yeah. It just depends. You never can tell how naughty is unless you're getting naughty. When you're getting naughty and you get to the part that it's too naughty, that's when you so that's when you for sure that it was too naughty. Yes, I can. No way. Hello.
Hi, Rick. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I was wanting to talk about this tree you're wanting to get to decorate or spruce up for the holidays.
Yes, I need one.
Do you guys have a Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
I got Noah a tree. We had a tree last year, but it was pink, and I just didn't think that was too boyish. It was like a secondary decorate your house tree. So we went this year, and for $1, they've got a tree that you hang on the wall. And then they've got little tiny ornaments that you hang up with it for $1. So like you can even decorate this little flat tree that hangs on the wall so you still have space and Scooby don't try to raise his leg.
I will definitely go check that out because we've got one $2 trees.
Yeah. And that would be fun, and then that way you could just stick it in the closet when you're done. They should make an umbrella one. That would be a great idea.
That's what I
How you
meant.
been doing, Rick?
I've been doing pretty good. Trying to anyway. Doing the best I can.
How, how you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There
Sometimes
was
this mic is screwy, so I have to watch out.
You sound really good. I wanted to say hi to Douglas Fairchild. He said hi to me. And I
Yeah.
thought I seen Iron Dog.
Yeah, Iron
Yeah.
Dog was in here. He said he was going to listen while he washed the dishes.
Mountain Mama. Hi, Mountain Mama. There were some people I haven't seen in a minute. I haven't
Mhm.
been around lately, Rick.
What you been doing? I hadn't saw you anywhere.
I know. Um, well, it all started with I signed up at work to work because I wasn't going to get Noah for the holidays. And the holidays were hard for me because it was just last year, you know.
I remember.
And I was thinking if I work, I can make double time and it would pass the time. And I love a lot of my customers like family. So to me, it sounded like a win-win. And I think they were going to order food for us. So I signed up. Well, we have some new management and they thought because I have Noah, I would want the day off. And they were trying to be kind to me when not realizing that wasn't kind. Well, I ended up getting Noah for a part of the day, but I didn't have no turkey. I didn't have no Thanksgiving sides, and then everything's closed on Thanksgiving. So I ended up at like midnight going to our Walmart. We have a super Walmart. And I got this thing called a turkey loaf. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
They're not that great, but it's better than nothing. Because, you have to defrost the turkey. They're frozen. And I thought, well, I'll get a little turkey or a chicken or something. We could have done ham. I've done ham before. So I got this turkey loaf and a box of stuffing. And we went ahead and made do with what we had. But I forgot pie. I
Uh-oh.
forgot pie.
When you said hello to Mountain Mama, I think she said, "Hi, how are you?" Asking how you were doing.
I'm doing pretty good, Mountain Mama. I surely am. Um, That was hard for me, Rick. I'm not going to lie. But we had fun. And then what we ended up doing that I actually enjoyed, and I think Noah enjoyed more than a turkey loaf, is we went to the movies.
You can't beat that. That's a fellowship and being together and stuff that you can't just get anywhere like that. Can you? I mean, it's
Yeah.
I
So
like.
that was fun. And we got popcorn and soda. And Noah got his popcorn all fixed up. He put about, I'd say, a cup of that oil. He put a cup of that oil and a whole bunch of salt on it. We go and sit down, and what does he do? He drops the whole thing, Rick.
Oh my goodness!
And I said, well, can you save some of it? Did it land kind of up? So he said, yeah. So all through the movie, we could hear him. We had to move one whole seat back because he kept stomping on all that popcorn laying on the ground, making a bunch of noise. But we went and seen one of those Harry Potter ones, and it was a real long movie, about 2 hours. And he didn't really enjoy it because it wasn't the kids, it was like the adults. I don't remember the name of it, but it was one of those Harry Potter ones that came out on Thursday. We should have went and seen The Grinch.
I saw somebody doing a review on that here on YouTube the other day, on that very one, the Harry Potter one. Can't remember who it was.
It was a movie you want to buy and watch at home, so you can go to the bathroom as many times as you want, pause it and watch half of it. Yeah, it was too long of a movie. And then I got 2 challenges for my channel, and I need to catch up with those. I'm behind. I'm like 2 weeks behind, but I didn't meet my hours by the time frame, and then it kind of resets and starts all over, and I was so close.
Oh
And I
my!
got thinking, yeah, here's what I got thinking, Rick. If I got so close, I could lose it that fast too. If I didn't, put out a video at least once a week for the 52 weeks in a year, I could lose it after getting it anyway. And with the number of subscribers I have, I probably would at the most, Rick, make $40 a month, and my cable bill is $100. So it would help, but to me, that was so stressful trying and having that carrot, dangle over my nose. And I thought, I'm going to let this go more naturally. It was a good try. We were close. I didn't make it. I was off by like 100 minutes. That was it.
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
very much. I know. I was so close. And then it resets and goes by the same time last year. And of course, you know what I was doing same time last year. I took 3 months off.
Yeah.
So it wasn't my time. I was close. But just because you have 1,000 subscribers don't mean nothing.
No.
I don't have that many videos out there. And I was making 5-minute short clips. So I had a good retention where people were hanging out with me, staying the whole video. But it wasn't enough really in minutes doing it at 5 minutes. You have to learn all these things. It's kind of just, you have to go with it.
That's kind of what I'm doing a stream right now. I've been sick 3 or 4 days, and I ain't 100% today, but I'm a lot better, much better. But I'm here doing this to keeping that watch time up. That's crazy, though. 240,000 minutes is what you got to have, and you were 100 minutes shy of it. Oh my!
Yeah, it was a little less than that. And I was like, this is too much of a dangle. Like the carrot was right there, and I knew I would be close. So then I threw out 3 videos. Boom, boom, boom. One was like an hour long. And do you know people watch my videos that are longer, and I don't know how they can take it. I get more views on them long videos than I do the short ones. I was shocked. But it's hard to do a long video where you're sitting there talking and talking and talking.
I know it. I do them in the garden because I'm down there so long. I just keep doing them. But Grandpa Paul said he had a turkey breast roll too. It was breast boneless but tied up.
Mine was more like a meatloaf. It was the oddest thing. It only cost $4, and it was a Walmart brand or some kind of off-brand. It was the oddest thing I've ever had. It was kind of like a TV dinner with just the meat. It was odd.
Mountain Mama said you could have made a surprise homemade pie.
Right?
Hey, Unbuttered Bread. Good morning. It's good to see you. How are you? Hey, Rick and Jenny. This is Bale. This is Bale.
Hi, Grizz. Hi, everybody.
I hope it's switching back and forth. I was having trouble the other day with Hangouts. You guys let me know if it's switching. I sure would like to know that.
It looks like it's switching back and forth, Rick.
Good deal. Oh, I see it now. Now it is. Yeah, it was so many people back there when they changed that first rule. It was mind-boggling to me. That's why I kept pushing it and doing all those streams, trying to get everybody's built up the best I could, because it affected so many people. It was unbelievable how many people it affected. Almost 60 or 70% of our whole community couldn't make it,
Right. Well, I got thinking it wasn't worth the $40, that stress that it had given me during that time. I was going through too much healing and processing grief and having change of life, with Noah, sometimes here, sometimes not, when I was used to him being here all the time. So I decided I came to YouTube to be able to speak more clearly. I feel like I used to be more fluent, but going through a lot of things, it's like I lost my speech. I lost communication, being with others. And that was what I needed. That's priceless, learning to be able to communicate, love other people, meet new people. And then that what I really wanted, sure, I want my cable bill paid, but it wasn't worth that last 30 days me trying so hard. And I thought, well, I'm going to tell myself it was worth the try. You did what you were supposed to do. But I think there was a couple other reasons why maybe possibly it was harder for me to make. First of all, I used to be monetized. I used to be, and I lost it because I did something wrong in the way back days. Second of all, I have Klein Master, and I think it really does affect commercials when they see that up in the corner because I haven't paid that $5 extra to get the watermark on.
Mm-hmm.
So my videos, I think, would be commercial type, but I don't think they like all the competition. They like a clear screen. If anything, they would just want to see the Google sign at the top. They don't like the Klein Master. Now, when you do, there's another one that does it right at the end, just at the end. And I think if I would have used that program, maybe possibly commercials would want, to be part of my channel. Just a thought.
Yeah, Grizz says for him it ain't about anything; it's about fun. When it stops being fun, he's quitting, and I agree with you. Me too. I have quit. I only have a little over 3,000 subscribers. I know to smaller channels it sounds like a lot because I hear it all the time. But I've been doing this since 2012. If I would have stayed doing it consistently, there's no telling how many subscribers I've had. But I've stopped, got ill and mad and frustrated and quit 4, 5, 6 times. I don't even know how many times I've stopped because it quit being fun.
Right.
Yes, you can. I just come and go. Oh, I thought you said, can I come up here? I was going to send you a link.
Yeah, tell him not to be afraid. Come on up. But Rick, I really do appreciate you. I really do. You're great for the community and what you do. I really do. I really do. I actually feel closer to you than I do some people I know in my family. That's how much I have enjoyed being part of this community. I have fallen in love with people here. I have. I love them. I do. I love them more than some of the people that are supposed to be my family. They're supposed to be.
Appreciate it. But I just couldn't take it. Me doing those streams every morning and people coming in talking about I lost my monetization. I don't think I can get it back. And I mean, I just said their story over and over and over and over, everybody's story. Well, I just couldn't take it. I felt I had to do something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I gave it a try, and I figure it'll come on its own. I've got it in there, what I want, and I would rather put up a video when I want to than be forced into, oh, I got to get one done. I got to get this done. Because to me, Noah and my mental sanity are more important than forcing somebody to watch me when I'm not on my game,
Yeah. And public speaking is tough. I mean, I have days that I can't rattle off anything half the time. And when I'm sitting here,
Right.
I started it up, don't even know what I'm doing. And some days I can smear it on like there's no tomorrow.
I know. Well, I don't want to make people feel down and out because on my channel, I feel like you can read me. When I'm sad, you can hear it in my voice. I'll cry, and I try not to bring anyone down just because it's like a type of performance. I want them to feel good. I don't want them to come and I'm bawling and squalling and then the rest of the day they worry about me. I want them to know, yes, sometimes we have bad days. Everyone does because we're human. Sometimes we're mad, sometimes we're glad, and sometimes I can't even hardly get my head off the pillow. But that's life. But
No.
when I'm on my game and I got something good to say, because I'll get stuff in my head that feel like everybody needs to know, I am going to share that with you. But to say I do it once a week, to say I do it twice a week and 3 times a week, that's too much for me. That's just too much. So I may not be ready at this time to be paid because I wouldn't want to lose the monetization and then have to start all over anyway. So I'll just wait. And if the time comes, it's great. And if not, I've learned how to communicate with others and not stutter or lose my train of thought or can't remember the word. Sometimes I couldn't even remember the word. It could be simple.
And it catches you by surprise too. When you catch that word and you can't quite get it on the tip of your tongue, and I have stopped for 10 seconds trying to figure out a word like that. Just completely stop everything. Let's see. What did Grill say? I see you got a phone there. A lot of times I knew you weren't able to see the chat, but you probably got that pulled up in that phone. So.
Yeah, I pulled it up, Rick, in case you want me to help out.
Sure. It's amazing what people will do for a nickel. The money ain't worth it. That's exactly right. I've had months that I make $10. I've had months that I made $110. Okay.
Well, I figured the most you can make is probably 40 because Glenda, she tried to help me get my hours. I told her I am so close, Glenda. Glenda Sully, I think is how you say her last name. And she asked her subscribers who are they loved watching her, come watch mine for 30 days, give me 30 days. And I was so close, Rick. I am so if I would have had an extra day, if it would have been leap year, I probably would have made it. But then would I have been able to keep it, with the holidays coming? The holidays is hard for a lot of people. It's not just me. I'm not the only one that's had a hard holiday.
No.
Most people, even if you got your family there, it can be hard. That's stressful. That's a lot of stress trying to cook for all those people. Having people come from out of town, trying to make sure they have room and board, or even yourself going somewhere where there's family conflict. Because everybody gets along at the holidays. There's always someone that has to act up. That's part of life. So I believe the holidays is hard for a lot of people. I'm not special, and there's times we have to step back around the holidays because it's all we can do to get the turkey defrosted or buy turkey loaf or even have some ham, whatever. Don't you agree, Rick? It's hard for everybody.
Absolutely agree. And we've had, my family has had some humdingers during the Christmas season that shouldn't have happened. It did. It's nothing. What the heck? Oh. These things on there.
I got to tell you about my mom when she was with us. She's been gone for, I think, 3 years now. She would have us over, and it was me and my sister and our kids. And I think her mom, a couple other stray cats. We call them stray cats. She would put food in crock pots, okay? Because she didn't have a stove. My mom got rid of her stove because she said she was retired. She would fill crock pots up with like cans of green beans. It would be so basic, kind of like children food. But we loved it. We loved it, Rick. And she would get cupcakes from the Walmart. That would be our dessert. And it just felt like a bunch of kids were getting together to eat. Like, I don't know. She would make scalloped potatoes in the crock pot. She didn't make any instant potatoes. She didn't make anything from scratch. My mom couldn't really cook that well. So we would come and take turns. Like if I had to work in the evening, I would come in the morning or in the lunchtime. And then all day long, you never knew who you were going to see. And the food would just sit there, kind of like you were going to an all-you-can-eat bar. And I miss that. And we used to sit on her back porch, and she had like a place for us to set a fire. I really miss that. But now that's been time and my heart's healed from her going to heaven, because you miss people, especially right away. I can look back and think, remember when we did that? Remember when we did that without bawling and squalling? It takes time. Right. Sorry about that, Rick. My dog wants to bark.
Oh, I love dogs. Don't you worry about that dog.
You should see this dog. It's a hot mess. It likes, I think it would live outside. It's Marcus's dog, and I ought to pick it up and show it to you, but it's so
Yes.
dirty. It went
Oh,
out in the snow and was jumping around. We had snow. Did you get snow, Rick?
mm-mm. No snow. It
Oh
got
my
cold.
God.
No snow.
Oh my gosh. We had, I would say, 6 inches solid. And me and Noah made a snowman. He had a day off of school. And his trampoline was covered in snow. And he made snow angels and jumped on the trampoline with snow. And we made snowballs. We had so much fun. It was like I was a kid again going out there. I've lost my gloves. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere out there, I guess.
It's been 8 years since I hear you. I lost mine in 2009. My mom. I miss her too. It's just like it happened the other day.
It hurts more around the holidays, Rick. It does. It hurts more around the holidays. So what I used to do was I would pretend it wasn't the holiday, but the commercials come on if you watch TV and it'll keep reminding you it's the holiday. It's like a torture chamber. They say suicide rate is the highest the month of November to January 1, and I can understand why. I
Me
can
too.
understand why.
Yeah, and depression and everything that goes along with that. We
Yeah.
present a
You know
loss.
what I've been watching on TV, Rick? I like the History Channel. Do you have where you can watch TV?
Yeah, I mean, I have to run it through the internet. I don't have cable or anything like that. It's all through the internet. But I've got the History Channel app that I can watch the History Channel.
I like the History Channel. They've got a show that came on last night called The Vikings.
Wow, I'm gonna look that up then.
Oh, you might enjoy it. It's like on the fifth season. I like stuff like that. It's real violent, but it's fun. It's interesting and it's got a plot and it's based on real things that's happened, but it's more to entertain. And on holidays, I'll try to watch a show like that all day long. So I'm not really watching maybe commercials and stuff,
Yeah,
reminding me that everyone I know lives in heaven. And then if I can make new memories, like I'm going to start going to the movie theater on Thanksgiving so that I have something to look forward to. I'm going to try other things. Or maybe I'll get a baked pie since I don't know how to, make pie. Maybe I'll think I'll go to the bakery and that's what I'll do. I'm going to make new memories and new ways to kind of come together and celebrate, as best I can.
hmm
What do I have left? And I thought it would be much harder. And Rick, I'm not going to lie, it did hurt, and I'm sure your heart hurts sometimes too. But I was able to successfully get through it. I sure was.
yeah. I got through it, and I still think about it a lot. Though everything in here reminds me of it because half of it came from my mom and dad. But if you want to join us, click on that link right there. We'd love to have you up here talking with us. Leave it in there for a few minutes. Yeah, I lost mom in 2009 and dad in 2008, right there a year apart. But I mean, they were 86 years old. They lived a long life.
And these are things we tell ourselves. They lived their life. They were happy to go on. We'll see them again. And they do help. They help me. They really do, Rick. And I see what you're talking about. Things remind you that you'll see that and you'll think, but I believe, I think if you keep thinking of it like this way for myself, remember something good and keep building, building, building. And as the time goes on, and there's a saying, time heals. Time does heal. And then I'm more accepting of what had occurred. It's the grieving process, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure that it just takes time.
and that's what I kind of, when we're on this subject, bring awareness to depression and suicides and stuff during this time. In fact, I've got friends here on YouTube that go through that depression big time, that are suicidal,
Yeah.
have literally talked some people out of it,
Oh, yeah.
literally sit there and talk them out of it. So I know exactly what we're talking about, and I get depressed too. I do that. I know I put on a happy face, and I'm here, I'm jolly and happy and stuff, but it's not like that all. Not
Right.
all. Hey, Charlene. Well, I know what you mean, Gene. When I went into my mom's house before I sold it back in the summer, I would go around the corner and expect to see my mom coming down the hallway just like she always did. And did till I sold the house. Sure did. Grandpa Paul lost his father in 71. He was only 40 years old. Lay it on the stream. More than happy to talk about it. In fact, the whole stream is dedicated to nothing but that now. That's what it's all about. Santa's got to die. Maybe he'll get depressed during Christmas periods.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
we still have a holiday coming, but you know what also I did, Rick? I let Noah open his Christmas presents. So to me, we got it all taken care of. It's all over with. And my boss told me, don't worry, we're going to let you work Christmas come hell or high water because I like to work on the holidays and celebrate when I feel like it. I'm not going to let anyone tell me when to celebrate. That's too much stress.
It is, and they've commercialized it so bad it makes you sick when you go in a place. They just shoved it in your face everywhere you go.
Right. So, I know Noah's not going to feel like he missed out because he goes to his guardians and they have cousins and relatives. They have people. So he'll have another Christmas. This kid's going to get my Christmas and his dad's Christmas. They're going to have more. He's going to have more. So he's not going to miss out. But I need to get out of telling me when what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat, when I'm going to celebrate. I'm getting out of that. I'm not going to watch TV on those days. I'm going to go to the movies. And if I have to learn how to bake a pie, I'll learn how to bake a pie, or I'll buy frozen ones all year round, stick them in the freezer. Whatever I got to do to make myself comfortable and not grieving. Whatever I've got to do. And I feel like the rest of us um, hurt too. I'm not the only one. We all hurt around this time because we remember. And that's a good thing, you know, to remember. And it's normal to be sad. And it's normal to celebrate someone's life and to remember the good things on and on and on and on. Remember the way they made sweet potatoes and try to mimic it. Whatever we got to do to get through it.
Gene said if you bake the pie, me and him will eat it.
Whether it's good or not.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I burnt the only pie I had, but it still tasted good because I cut off the top of the pie. I cut off the top. I had it like 3 days after, and I don't know what I did wrong. I used the toaster oven and walked off, but it takes like 2 hours to make one of them pies. And I put whipped cream, a whole thing of whipped cream on top. So if you knew it was burnt, it wasn't until you got down to the pie.
That's exactly right, Grandpa. Christmas is about Jesus Christ, sure is, and it's been commercialized to where you can't find that. When you go in a store, it don't exist.
What
Almost.
I wish I could do, Rick, and I'm sure the people that are watching today, is to give on Thanksgiving, like go to one of those homeless shelter or soup kitchens. But not this year. Maybe next year I can do that. I still couldn't leave the house. And I get that way. I get where I just can't leave the house. I can't leave the yard. I get fearful. You know, I have that type of disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm feeling good and when I'm feeling better, I can jump in that car. You've seen me in videos driving down the road talking to YouTube.
Sure have.
So, because you guys are coming along with me and it makes me brave and feel safe. But I would like to plan on that, and maybe others could plan on that too. Going to a soup kitchen and just seeing what it is to really not have anything. And they still seem happy, and they still seem glad to get to have, you know, that free turkey dinner.
Amen, Gene. Gene went into Walmart and fell into a whole box of Slim Jims laying on the ground. I hope you got them up, Gene. Dina, you got them. Yeah, I fall into that too every time I go. My mom used to always fix up Christmas trees, and she would make uh, yellow cake with chocolate icing and custard pies, and all this kind of stuff that she knew I loved it. So, and I don't have that anymore. That part's gone. I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee, Dale. You got this, right?
Yes, I got it. Gina, a lot of things that you do is to help people in their time of need when it's a sad time. You make those dolls and you care about the community, and give that hope to others. I've noticed that. I know that's what you do. And sometimes it's just waving at your neighbor. Maybe they needed someone to wave at them. I've got a neighbor across the street. She's elderly and she don't like to be bothered. She's real to herself. But I feel like just waving, let her know, yes, someone's here if you needed it, just waving. And she seems to, like that. And there's been a couple times she'll come over and we'll just have a little chat. And it's not necessarily a bunch of money you need to spend. It's time, because time is money. And your time is so important and limited that it's important to give that person who had all day, all alone, just a few minutes of your time. So there's a lot of people in our chat that do those sort of things. They're a good neighbor. They're good to help with things for children. And that's what we should look at Thanksgiving and Christmas more than what are we going to eat? Who's going to come over? What kind of shopping deals do they have on Friday? We need to look at, are we living in the moment? Are we enjoying? Can we remember what our loved ones, like Rick, was remembering that yellow cake with that gooey icing on there that he had that was made special for him? So I do believe come next year, we every year we can try, something different to be more giving to our communities, starting with home, then with neighborhood, and so forth and so on. You know, bring it to the house, bring it to the neighbors, bring it to the community, and we could see that it makes us feel good. When we do good for others, it makes us feel good. And then that is part of the healing journey of losing loved ones, the healing journey of recovery of a broken heart. That's what hurts, is your heart's literally been broke, through change. It's not always easy to go through change, but we go through the process of being sad. We go through the process of being mad. We go through remembrance, the remembrance of, in good ways, in good ways. And then we think, how can we help our neighbor? Sometimes just a simple hello. How can we help our community? Sometimes just looking up soup kitchens and asking, can I do the dishes? Can I serve the food? And be willing and able. And sometimes it's just bring a canned food item to the local church so they can share it amongst who they believe or know who's needy. And it's not something everybody has to know. As long as you know, it will make you feel good and it helps in the healing process. So that's my goal for next year, is to maybe find a local soup kitchen or even our local churches and try to do something to help someone that's worse off than me. And it's not that we're feeling sorry for ourselves, it just really does hurt. And that's just, I believe, part of healing and growing. And it's life, it's just the way life is. I'm going to look and see if anyone's talking to me because sometimes I'll get off on a tangent. ah. We've got Grizz saying, only memories being created now is by the corporate world and Hallmark. Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed I'm a magical thinker, Grizz, and what that means is I thought the whole world was like Walt Disney. You know, I was brainwashed that everything's hunky dory. And the first heartbreak of being an adult, you come down on, crashing, knowing that that ain't the way it is. So it's better not to commercialize your brain and to think for yourself. And that's why it's okay to have Thanksgiving on a different day. It's okay to have Christmas when you like. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to have a chance to come together? One time I had a neighbor, and it was a different place I lived, another city. She would have Christmas in July, way before that used to be, a big deal. And we enjoyed that more, having Christmas in July. So you can do it the way you like, when you like, take control of that, and not be commercialized. Me and my grandma, because she was on a fixed income, and I am too. I've got to help with Noah Boy. Um, what we did is it was not what you could buy, it's what could you find. And we had a whole year to go to the Goodwill, yard sales, and if someone really needed something, whether it be socks, like a whisk for your kitchen instruments, maybe you didn't have a whisk. If we found it, it didn't matter if it cost 5 cents, resold. If you needed it, you'd pick it up, and it was a bigger, more important present because it was hard to find, or it was something that you did find. It wasn't what you buy, it's what could you find. And we had a lot of fun sharing presents like that. Rick, help me out. I'm talking these people's legs off.
That's okay. Long as you stay away from yellow cake.
I had something to say.
As long as I stay away from yellow cake and egg custard pie, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That brought back.
But one day it'll get easier. It won't be today, but one day it'll get easier.
Oh, yeah. They get the coffee down. You didn't live far from the forest. Grizz, you lived out in the forest? I'm shocked. Good Gene did. Had an electric wheelchair that I fixed the neighbor's husband. That too. Gene, that is awesome. Yeah, we all miss our ones that's going on, no doubt about it. We miss them big time. But I'd like to challenge everybody here, and it's a lot of people here today. If you know someone that's depressed coming into these holidays, or someone's having a hard time, call them and talk to them. Just call them, talk to them, see what you can do to help. Because there's always that one person maybe that reaches them, touches their heart, that changes their mind, and keeps them from something bad happening. Like Bill was saying earlier, during these part of the holidays, suicidal rates go skyrocket through the roof. It's incredible how many people commit suicide during this time. I grew up in Redding, California. I remember that. But if you know somebody that has a hard time during the holidays like this, give them a call. Reach out to them. You never know when you can make a difference. I can. I just do to them. Can't imagine you being a California guy. Welcome, Kyle. Good to see you, brother. New Zealand is in the house now. It was hot in here, Belle.
How'd you get it so hot? Do you have to wait a while after you turn down the heat?
Well, I'll show you. See that thing?
Yeah.
I got to turn this thing down. It's starting to warm up now.
Now, Rick, that's plumb sexy. I'd love to have one of them. But I understand why you're hot now.
Yeah.
That
It
thing's
was cold.
blaring.
It was cold last night.
Yeah,
And
that's
now,
for overnight and in the morning, probably. Got your front door open. That's how I cool my house down real quick, as I just open the doors for a while. I live in a real small house, and it's like a bachelor pad. It's real tiny. I live in a real small house.
oh, Rick, have you gone international? It's always been people from all over the world. That's a great thing about YouTube, Grandpa. There's, there's no boundaries and no limits anywhere.
Bye, Jean. Bye, Jean. Have a good day.
Thank you, Gene, for coming. Good to see you.
You're appreciated and you make a difference.
Sure is.
There's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Grandpa lives in a 16 by 38 cabin. Now that is cool. This is a whopper right here. It's like 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. And all the kids are grown and gone now.
You might have to downsize so they don't come home.
Yeah. And they have done that over the years too, come home and left before. I think they may be gone for good this time. Sure did. Thank you, Charlene. You too. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what those kids do, Rick. But what my plans always were, I wish I would have had more kids. But what my plans always were was when I got older, I'd go aggravate them for a while, like take turns aggravating them. Because that's what my grandma and grandpa used to do. Once they got their girls out of the house, they would like pick different days of the week to go have lunch at their house.
That's
But
what
I just didn't
Go ahead.
have enough. I didn't have enough kids, Rick. I didn't have no extras.
Yeah, I had 3. That's what we did Thanksgiving. We went to my son's house. We all met there at 8. It was nice.
I'd have liked that a lot. I think that's why you have kids, so that they'll have the holidays at their house and do the cooking. I think that's why.
Take it easy, Kyle. Appreciate you coming by.
Bye, Kyle. So nice to see you, friend.
New
There's
Zealand.
living and learning life.
Yes, it is. Oh, that is our Teresa. I got to open this door. I am starting to sweat.
Yeah, get yourself cooled down, Rick. You may have to open a couple windows, put a fan on you.
It's pretty cool out there, so I have a feeling it won't take me long to go in the other direction. I think I'm going through, if menopause is what women go through, I guess I'm going through women.
You going through menopause and having your hot flashes?
Yeah, I guess it would be women pause since it's the other way for women.
That's funny. It's going to be a warmer day for us, but we got rain coming. I don't care for winter that much, but that was nice to have a snow. And I was reading the Farmer's Almanac, and it said because we've had 8 years of good winters, plus we had a real hot summer. This winter, watch out. It's supposed to be one of our worst ones in 8 years. Well, of course it's going to be one of our worst ones because we've had an Indian winter for 8 years that I know of. When I was younger, we got 2 feet of snow, no problem, and we'd still get to school. They called off school the only time we had snow, and it was like 6 inches.
If a snowflake hits our road, they call the school off. Oh, did y'all see that? There's a snowflake.
Is it because you're rural and people have to come from far and there's a lot of hills?
Mostly because they don't have the equipment. We have the equipment here, if you go a little further south, it never snows, so they don't justify the money of putting in all the salt and storing it and
Right.
thing. So when it snows, they can't do anything about it. They only got like a couple of trucks. You know.
And those places that make that road stuff, they're all in contracts. They're all bidding in contract. They don't, they charge more as you run out. So you have to buy it at low season, store it, which costs you, and
Mm,
then use it if you need it. So I would rather call off school. That'd probably be the lesser of the expense. Now, we have people that clean roads all but my city. They do the main ones because I live close to bigger cities. But when you come to me, my city cannot afford it. They'd rather just close the schools too.
that's what they do here, for sure. I've used a space heater before too, Grandpa. They work good. I just couldn't use it in the house. It smells like kerosene. Unless
Right?
you got an electric one or something.
I've got one, Rick, that takes a while to heat up and a while to cool down, and it's got oil in it. And I think I paid $40 for it at Walmart. It's probably about 60 now. It's lasts for years. You plug it in, it's electric. You turn it on, and this oil gets all nice and hot inside of it. It's like a radiator. I
Mm.
like that one quite a bit. But once you get hot, once it gets hot in the room, it'll take a while to cool it down, and you can't just move it.
That's what they used to have in those old. What do they call those things that sit on against the windows there that
Yeah.
put out heat? They'd have those with oil on them like that.
So this one's portable, so you can take it like just in the bedroom or wherever you need it, the front room. And I used to use it before I turn on the heat. I would use that as many months as I could because this house is pretty tiny. And I think the last place I lived in, it was a little bit bigger, but we had more people. And I just didn't want to run up the bill or start the heat too soon. I want to get me a cup of coffee. I've got my coffee pot right here.
Go right ahead, no problem. Oh, I missed this part. I see that. They do here if it's raining or anything too, Grandpa. Same thing. And the further south you go, like you get down towards Atlanta, below me, the South Carolina, some of those places it snows, it shuts it all down. It's this much snow. this much. It's like a catastrophe. All the milk's bread's gone. Everything.
Yeah, they act like it's the end of the world, don't they?
Yeah. Sure.
I've had problems in this neighborhood where they lost electricity because it's a poor town. They have to borrow money from the bank when we have too big of problems. Like one time we had a main break, it was out water, a whole apartment complex without water because they couldn't hire anyone without paying them half up front because they still owed from the last time they came out. So they had to get a loan from the bank, and the bank gave them a runaround. And they're a city. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
they were without water for a week, but they supplied water. And I thought that was nice, because that was the short term ish, to help the people. And then we lost power 2 or 3 winters in a row here. One time, oh, Rick, you got to hear what this guy did. He put so many Christmas lights out in his yard that I don't know what he had done, but he got some kind of a bad wiring short, a house fire. It ran up the line and knocked out the whole block. Well, because it was a very expensive, and everybody was having trouble. There was ice on the lines, and because it only affected like I'd say 6 to 8 houses, it took 9 days to get someone to come out, and we were fearful pipes would break. If you don't have heat, so you couldn't find a generator. We had so much situation and scenario. But everybody was. All towns were. Remember back then? I think that was just like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I sure do. Wow, that's cooling down quick with that door. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 42 degrees outside.
Well, no wonder.
You got it hot like you're an Eskimo. That's 42 degrees. You're going to have to go outside and do yard work.
I said, ow, but it's shocking. I had static in my clothes or something. That's the door. And it's like,
You're going to have to go do some yard work, Rick. It's too nice. I'm not doing any yard work.
I've got to get these.
You should see. I've got this pile of stuff that needs to be recycled. I don't know what I was doing, Rick, but I'm trying to be a minimalist, okay? That's just a process of thought. Because this house is too small. We need to get rid of stuff. Like if I've got one coffee mug, I've got 20 coffee mugs. If I've got one pan, I've got 14 pans. And I don't even cook. Not that often. I try to make easy, inexpensive, frugal meals that everybody will eat. And so I got this big idea to throw this stuff right outside the door. And now I've got a pile of cardboard, plastic, need to go to the Goodwill donation. And it's going to be a nice day, but I'm not doing that today. I'm going to visit with you, and I'm going to go have lunch with my grandbaby at the school. You can have lunch with your kids at the school.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he invited me, and I haven't had lunch with him in a while, or breakfast. You can have breakfast or lunch.
Hey, Baz.
I'm going to stop at the Casey's and get a slice of pepperoni pizza, throw it in a lunchbox, and we'll sit there and we'll eat Casey pizza at the lunch table.
Baz is from England, jolly old England. Hello.
Good evening, Baz Borton. Well, Rick, I'm going to probably hop off here. I've got 2 loads of dishes to do.
I appreciate
I need to wash the bed sheets.
I appreciate you coming and talking to me.
No problem.
Yeah,
No problem. And to recap, for next year, we're going to work on making ourselves feel better by helping others like Jean and everybody else. And like you said, for us to
That's right.
Reach out to someone, because you never know. You never know how alone that feeling feels for that person that no one even knows that they're at the point of breaking. You know, and there's a lot of toll-free numbers, and there's a lot of people in the community they could reach out to, but they may not know it. And just a simple hello, even to a stranger, just a simple hello can make the world of difference in our homes, family, neighborhood, community. Let's start at home. Let's work our way out through the neighborhood and our community. But thanks for having me, Rick.
Thank you.
I enjoyed having this holiday season with people I love, like you. I love you.
Love you
and
too.
I love this community. And I love the people that care about me, even if it's in thought and deed. Just in thought and deed. Your actions showing us that we care about each other mean the world to me. And you know that, Rick.
There's somebody that can relate to what we're talking to, too. Kevin there lost his son here like a week ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. The only thing I can say is I understand. Truly, I do. And it does get better. It really does hurt at the holiday seasons. And there's no way of getting around that.
No.
However, there's always someone who cares and that will listen. Just reach out if you need it. Sometimes it's nice to be alone with your thoughts. And if nothing else, journal how you feel. Write it down on if you don't have no one else to talk to. Write it down, and you will be surprised as you grow and heal. When you go back and read over those notes, you'll remember how that heartbreak felt, and you'll kind of feel how it healed a little. It'll never be the same. You're going to have a big scar, especially if you're a caring person. real caring people, their hearts are real tender. They're not of stone. And that's just part of being human. That's life. That's just what makes us individuals and caring people, is being gentle and having soft hearts.
Amen. Love you, Belle. Love you to death.
Love you too. Would you kick me off since I don't know how to hang up?
I will do it.
I
You're the
appreciate
first
you,
person that's
Rick.
ever
And
asked
I
me
miss you
that.
much. And I'm giving you a hug. Ooh, there you go.
Oh, bless you. Bye, Bella.
Bye.
All right, folks. We've heard a lot about it today. Normally, I would carry this stream on to this as long as I could stand it doing it, and I can go a long time. I mean, a long time. I got stamina, by God. But with everything that's been said in here, if I leave it shorter, more people will watch it. The stream has kind of been about holiday depression. You know, the suicide rate is through the roof. People suffer during this time. It's not just all candy canes and lollipops. People really have a hard time during this thing. So if you know someone, like I said earlier, reach out to them, talk to them, see what you can do. With that being said, this is absolutely the greatest community on YouTube. It is for sure. I know it is, because I know every single person individually. And they all know me. I want to thank you guys for coming to support me the way you do. We held these numbers the whole time. Just about. Once it hit about 20, it stayed there. Ho, 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 y'all. Grizz is going to bag Santa Claus's butt. You can guarantee that's going to happen. He's going to put cookies and some crap in the chimney. He's going to put Santa Claus and his reindeer stuffed over top of his chimney. I'm pretty sure he's going to. Thank you, Kevin. It's good to see you today. Glad to see you out and around. Hope you'll come back. With that being said, we all do. Some of it's worse than others, some not bad, but you know. Thank you so much for coming today. Till we meet again. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.